Country Legends 99.1 The Bull.
I'll always remember flames are broken heart on every man inside on a straight tequila night. Anymore to shoot that old memory down. Just remember her heart's on the mend. If you ever come back to see her again.
There's simply nothing in the world like pairing a great vintage audio tuner with, well, one of the most crazy but dynamic little amplifiers on planet Earth, the True Test 5. One powerful watt will smoke you out of the room. And welcome into all of you. Today, if you're an aficionado of like Danish, modern, and very simplistic design, you don't like a lot of embellishment, French country decorated with all these tchotchkes sitting on the counters and on the windowsills, right? No, this is all about simple and streamlined. And today, I'm going to be talking about the Pioneer TX608 sitting right down here. I think for pound, for as little as it is so cool because it is so clean and it pulls in signals like you would not believe. Let's talk about it today. And a very big welcome to all of you. If you are not subscribed, it's a great time to subscribe and hit the bell for all notifications. Those of you who are new to the channel, yes, I am sitting in front of the legendary Wall of Sound, my collection of, well, historically notable vintage audio pieces. And not every one of them has a big bunch of history behind it, but some of them are just downright cool. And this little Pioneer TX608 fits the bill. Why? Because it is so doggone clean and it just looks great. You can imagine that sitting in a stereo rack and just being a beautiful tuner. The other great thing too is it has a beautiful variable capacitor, gang capacitor that is excellent at pulling in signals. Let's take a closer look at it. And here it is. On top we have the the True Test 5 little stereo amplifier, the 1 watt that I just love to use for convenience for showcasing, because in a lot of ways this convinces a lot of the vintage audio know-it-alls that are out there. It's not watts. It's what you do with those watts and clean watts. And for my money, this little baby from the early 1960s is amazing. Ungrounded, it's a Widowmaker. Okay, I'm careful. You probably shouldn't have it in your home. But here is the Pioneer TX608, and it is a stereo tuner. And look at how clean the front of it is. You have an FM muting, which means you're not going to get a lot of static between stations when you put the muting on. And it has very simply AM or FM here, and a power. That's all there is, okay? You say to yourself, well, that's all that a tuner should be, but just look at how clean it is. Look at how clean the faceplate is. It's got the big, beautiful tuning knob here. Right, no fumbling around on same size dial. It's got the signal strength meter up on the left there, and then you can tune it in with the right meter. It is really something. Sorry, we got cut off there. It's never going to rank in anybody's list of top 10 tuners or vintage audio collectibles, but therein lies a lesson for you if you're watching. You don't always collect because you're trying to collect to a market. You collect because you enjoy what you see, and to you it is visually appealing and it sounds good. Don't get caught in that box of everything has to be, super expensive and super high end. Sometimes like this, it's inexplicable if I try to explain to you why I like this unit so much, but I do. I just love it. Here's another look as we pan across here, the power button on the left. You have the signal strength on the top, and then you have the tuning. And really just love that. You have AM, FM, and then you have FM muting or non-muting, so you hear all the static between stations. And up on the top deck, if you switch between AM and FM, of course the light changes and you have your stereo indicator on the right. But look at just how clean it is, right? I see so many tuners, they just gaga me with the amount of junk that they try to put on it. But this Pioneer, I just call it my little Danish modern one because it is so cool. Okay, so maybe you're not as gaga over as I, but I don't care. Sometimes I see a piece of vintage audio gear, and you know what? I just got to have it. And I don't care what anybody says about it, because that's what makes vintage audio collecting enjoyable, is not following the crowd. I heard somebody once say that somebody asked them about listening on their vintage audio. They're like, I never listen to it. I just have it to be stuck on the shelf. And someday it might be worth a little something. But I don't know anything about it. It's just somebody told me I should buy a Macintosh. So I got a Macintosh, right? It's collecting dust. It's like a bookend. That's not really what collecting is all about, right? Collecting is all about the enjoyment of the hobby and pairing different things. This TX, this Pioneer tuner was built in 1979-80 in Japan, and I'm pairing it with something from 1962. So it's kind of cool here, and I love doing that. I love mishmashing things together when it comes to collectibles, because that's the fun. I do a zillion combinations. I wonder what the Fisher, right? This Fisher 500C. I wonder what that amplifier sounds like with a tuner. I don't know. Let's try that. Or the 1959 Pioneer QM over QM300B over here, 1959. Let's give it a try. That's what really makes collecting vintage audio fun. Well, there it is, my favorite little tuner. We're going to fire up our true test amplifier here, and we're just going to roll down the dial and see what we can see. This is a great chance to listen to what we can listen to. See what we see. What the hell what am I, a movie critic? We're going to listen to what we can hear on there. And it's a great time for me to pitch for the channel. If you're not subscribed to the channel, I do a lot of vintage audio. If you go to the front of my channel page and you look at playlists, vintage audio restorations, vintage audio listening experiences, vintage audio rescue, where I go out and get these units from the hands of these barbaric slobs in the public. They don't realize what they have, and rescue these and bring them into my loving arms. It is a lot of fun. And it's a great reward. I get good listening too. So subscribe and hit that bell for all notifications. Let's wrap this up and have a listen. And make sure you hit that thumbs up.
Curious?
This has a really good tuner. It's going to pick up stuff from miles away. Listen how clean that is.
Sam Barber and Adriana, Indigo.
Love this tune.
Have I told you there's no one else above you?
Nice channel separation.
Perfectly golden on the outside and tender in the middle. And right now, in the Medea app, get a 20-piece chicken McNuggets.
Amazingly sensitive.
Women's and kids team. Necesito aquí más. Ahora por las tardes. Éxitos 98.
Are you as impressed as I am? Always remember, buy what you like. Don't always follow everybody else.
Salvation is a...
And it's something in here is resonating with.
All right, guys. Thumbs up are appreciated, and thanks for watching.